Hi everybody, how's it going today? It's Monday morning. My name's Piet, fan Bedaf, I'm a dairy farmer in North Dakota. Just for you guys that have just recently been following along, try to post a video every Wednesday, and then if you guys have comments, questions that I think I need to answer in more detail, I'll post another video on Sunday on any questions on the video that was posted on Wednesday. So usually, depending on how many questions there are, there'd be 2 videos a week, otherwise just the one on Wednesdays. Just in our shop here today, gonna grab this 850 skid steer here, go grab the bedding rake and rake some beds in our heifer barn, and maybe show you a couple other small things that we have going on today. We'll hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Driving up to the rakes here, we have one rake for our sand bedded freestalls and then another one for our manure bedding freestalls. I don't know if I'll be able to do this one-handed. Try. Got it locked. Got it hooked up. Just gotta lock it in now. We'll head over to the barn. So I'm in our heifer barn now. So these freestall pens in here, they get cleaned twice a day. We use this 450 Bobcat with the straight tire. It's very similar to how we clean the alleys in the milking barns. So Christian is back there. He's just moving these heifers over. So he cleaned the manure alley along the feed lane first. And then now he's coming back and moving the heifers into that alley so we can clean the 2 alleys here where their freestall beds are. And then we'll come through and rake these beds, and like you can see they're a little uneven, some humps and hills in there. We try to come in and rake these beds at least twice a week, and then we'll put fresh bedding in about once a week. And we do that for all the freestall pens in here. So these are the youngest heifers on freestalls. He's gonna clean these and I'll come in and rake them, and then he'll head over to this side. Then we've got a far off dry cows over there as well, plus another pen of pregnant heifers on the far side of the feed alley. So that's what we're working at this morning, and then I'll probably show you a few other things that I have going on today. going through and opening the gates now in this pen. So like you saw there, we'll typically run through them 3 times with the rake. Yeah, basically trying to level them off and fluff the beds up a little bit, make it more comfortable for the heifers to lay in. You can see these heifers have only been away from their beds for about 30 minutes here while it was cleaned and raked, and they're back in the pen here now for about a minute since I opened the gates, and you can already see there's heifers laying down, which is a good sign that they think their beds are comfortable if they come back in and immediately lay back down. Just opening up the gates here in the last pen, in the far off dry cow pen. I mentioned to you guys in a video in the past that we were considering replacing the dried manure solids bedding in this pen with sand bedding. Had a question for some of the dairy farmers that are watching. There's a few companies make rubber mats, they call them sand savers, to place about 4 to 6 inches below the level of the sand. Supposedly it can save your sand use from by like 30 to 60%. Was wondering if anybody has any experience with those mats, if they really work, if anybody would recommend them. Like I've mentioned in the past, we're not really set up to handle sand in this barn, but I do really like the sand. The reason that I'm possibly considering sand in this far off dry cow barn is the manure solids doesn't give the cows any traction on the manure alleys here. They are grooved, but especially in the winter time, this barn does freeze, so these alleys can become quite slippery for the cows. And we've also had a little bit of an increase in somatic cell count in cows right after calving, and we're trying to figure out really where it's coming from. It's not a big increase, but it's enough for us to kind of look at some of the things that we're doing, and together with our herds guys, we're kind of thinking that we should try sand in this pen to see if that makes a difference. I think it might. I think it's at least worth trying if we can figure out how to lessen our sand usage, because I don't want to put all this sand into our manure system in this barn, because I know that we're going to have issues if we do that. So in this barn there's a large pit in the center. It has a slatted floor. We scrape all the manure to this pit, and from here it gets pumped to our sand manure building, but that's 300 to 400 feet, and it goes under 2 barns, so I really don't want to plug that manure line up. So yeah, if any of you guys have experience with those mats, let me know. It's later on the afternoon now. I just finished changing the engine oil and the engine oil filter on our 930 here. I need to do our 930 payloader as well. We on the payloaders and tractors, we change engine oil every 500 hours. I usually do that myself. This tractor here has about 7,000 hours on it now, and that payloader there has about 15,500 hours on it. So that one's getting up there in hours. This one's got a little bit yet to catch up to that one. See, the dealer's here to do some work on our telehandler. One of the tires was leaking. One of the hubs on the tires was leaking some oil, so he's replacing that seal. Seems like there's always something going on with these with all this equipment. Just finished servicing that payloader. I thought I'd show you guys. We separated some calves here a couple days ago, some heifers. I thought I'd show you these heifers and why they're in these separate pens. So there's 3 per hutch in the hutches out here, and then we've got 6 in a pen here at the back, in the back of one of our milking barns. So these are all a little bit bigger heifers. Nice looking heifers already. So we moved all these heifers over here to the back of this barn because we have some kids from 4-H that will show these heifers at the fair here in Carrington, Foster County Fair, and some of them will actually take these to the state fair. So if you're not familiar what 4-H is, they're 4-H is all throughout the United States, and it allows kids to join, and they will be able to take part of activities that they normally wouldn't be able to take part in, or maybe would not be exposed to. So for in our area, obviously we have a lot of agriculture, and a lot of kids don't ever get the opportunity to work with cows or to work with pigs or chickens. So if they can join 4-H, and they will these kids will come on our farm, they'll pick these heifers out themselves, and they will start to care for these heifers. They will walk with them, train them to become a little bit more tame. They'll groom them, wash them, and get them ready to be shown at the fair. And it allows kids that don't have the opportunity to live on a farm or see cattle on a daily basis to come out to our farm, work with these heifers, really get to know them, get to know more about our farm as well. And I'll talk more about that here later this summer. So the fair in Carrington is in the end of June typically. I'm sure the date's already set, I just don't know when it is. But thought I'd show you guys that quick. So we moved these heifers here into these pens a few days ago, and the kids will come here as they please throughout the next couple months. Like I said, start to halter train these heifers so that they can walk with them when it's time to take them to the fair. I think a lot of them really enjoy that, especially the younger kids that maybe aren't familiar with cows. I think they really enjoy coming out here working with these heifers. Yeah, I'll definitely talk more about that here later on. I'm planning to get some video of the cheese making or the gelato, or maybe both, this week, so that'd be next week's video. And from the comments, it sounded like a lot of you guys are really interested in that, so hopefully if I get some time, I'll do some filming over there. And that yeah, as of now I'm planning to make that next week's video. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Really jealous of some of the other YouTube channels that I follow. They're all in the field spreading manure, doing field work already, and we're probably at least a week, maybe two, away from doing that yet. And there's possibly some more rain in the forecast here this weekend, but it's starting to dry up some here now. Could be worse, of course, could always be worse. But well, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.